Champ, what's good?
What's good, baby?
I can't even call it.
I'm on fumes right now.
Hey, same here. Listen, today's gonna be a light one. Today's gonna be about a half hour, guys. And I'll record this and load it into the YouTube channel. Champ, you have CoinMarketCap open?
Yes, I do. I was actually just looking at Strong.
All right, so we're at 2.2 right now, probably like almost 400 billion was taken out of the market. There's three things we're dealing with, guys, and it started October into November and now into December. So we have the Evergrande, and again, this is just information so you guys can understand how and why these markets are tanking. And then from there, you can kind of see and position yourself to buy the discounts. You'll notice something like Luna. Strong projects right now are the ones that are bouncing back the quickest. So these are little indicators to help you guys, make decisions. Luna's up 12%. So when we get off the call today, I want everybody to go to CoinMarketCap and just see who's actually in the top 50, just see who's actually in the green right now. And then that would kind of give you a indicator into how strong those projects are and how they're able to bounce back. So again, there's three major issues that are affecting crypto right now. We have the Evergrande bond default, and we told you why prior to why that's important. There's a lot of investors in the United States that are, and all over the world, that are invested in those bonds that were backing these loans. So if they default on it, it's a global situation. Not only does China go into a recession, but it's also going to affect the global economy. And you may not think why that's important, but you got to figure if one of the biggest developers in the world is about to default, then that means everybody above them and below them are probably in the same space. And at this point, it's hyperinflation. So we're just over leveraged right now. There's no more money to print. So eventually things are just going to have to blow up. And you can kind of see it now. So if you look at the gas tank.
Let's lower the volume.
You guys mute your mics, please.
You guys can kind of see, you can see at the gas tank, gas per gallon is going up. The administration is trying to tap into reserves to bring that stuff down, but they're just putting a Band-Aid over a dam that's about to collapse. The same thing with your grocery stores. If you guys shop, start to take notice of like the sizing of the products, because that's one way they mask the price increase. So you may think you're getting the same ounces, whatever you're used to buying, but they've adjusted it to adjust the price. You're actually getting less and looking like you're paying more. I mean, you're paying the same, but it's actually giving you less in the package. So, just some things that tie to hyperinflation. You figure gas could probably be somewhere close to maybe $8, $9 a gallon. So there's going to be some indicators that they just can't manipulate anymore. We have the Evergrande situation with the.
I'll get you one, ma'am.
Just go on mute.
I'll get you one.
All right, so Evergrande not being able to pay their bond. I think they're coming up. Is it December 8th for the next payment, Champ?
Yeah.
Okay, so December 8th is a big day for us. There are a bunch of crypto exchanges going up in front of Congress on the 8th. They're going to start to bring in some type of regulation. So, first thing they do is they bring industry insiders before they start to carve out what, how they're going to look to regulate the industry. So that's pretty big. Congress, the US is just not built to make any decisions around crypto because they're not. Our senators and congressmen aren't savvy enough to understand the greater scope of what this can do. So the first thing they're probably going to do is regulate the stable coin. And then looking at, so just to show you where it ties, the Evergrande situation, Tether is holding a lot of Chinese paper, especially in Evergrande. So if Evergrande defaults, then Tether then comes after. So that could be the start of really the crash that we've all been kind of expecting. So what would end up happening is all the exchanges and the coins they're already starting to do different pairings now. So it's not that you're going to lose what you own. You're just going to have a different pair if you wanted to kind of exchange it. And when we start to buy, you'll probably be buying in USDC. There's a whole bunch of fiats that are out there.
Mhm.
It's just Tether itself has just not been doing business the right way. And it's just on the verge of collapse. So we have the Evergrande on the 8th. We have Congress and crypto also on the 8th. We have the United States debt ceiling. That's coming up again for December. They're probably going to extend it only because they didn't want to do this during holiday. And then the last biggest thing is this this pandemic. I mean, we're not out of it.
New
Clearly.
variant, yeah. Mhm.
So the new variant is affecting the greater markets now. I think last I checked, there's probably been in the stock market, I want to say close to $80 billion have been taken out already from all the big hedge funds. So guys have already been preparing for hyperinflation. Big guys have moved their money out the markets already. Where they're going, probably commodities, gold, silver, precious metals. But the number one place to invest in park money right now is land. As we're all focusing on this virtual land, which, you know, it's a great space and we have some products coming out and investment opportunities in the metaverse, we still have to understand that it's not real estate. It's digital real estate, but it's not real at the end of the day. So I think with everybody's focus being on that real estate, we kind of left real estate alone. And, you know, that fake shit is not going to sustain us. It'll keep us entertained for quite a while. But at the end of the day, you got to be who you are when you don't have the headsets or whatever you're going to be wearing. So I'd urge everybody to look into purchasing real property at this point. You know, that's the only thing. Keeping the money in the banks is, you know, clearly you're losing every day that your money's in the bank. So the United States debt ceiling, I think at some point in 2022, they're probably going to have to, you know, hyperinflation is going to take off. I don't know if they could hold off with this administration and kind of pass it on to whoever's next. But it's just hot potatoes being played with our economy right now. And you can see from crypto, you know, we're right in the thick of things also. Crypto does bounce back after a lot of the news comes out, but it's hard for me to make the pivot to say, hey, let's you know, let's do all shorts. It might seem like it's that easy, but you see, you know, I could have called a short on Bitcoin. I told Chan from the other day, I said, listen, Bitcoin's going to 45. And I wanted to put it out, but I didn't. There's just too much movement around, you know, what's happening in the economy right now that's making our positions, you know, not hit. You know, I'm accustomed to high winds. But you can see we're constantly, we are hitting the green. It's just a matter of being able to pull, you know, at the right target point. You guys have to pull profit at every single target point. And, you know, for me, what I focus on now is once I get to 2, I'm probably close to like 90% out of the entire deal. And I'm letting 10% ride. So when I look at my profit loss, I'm even adjusting that number to know that if I pulled 500 and I'm up, why would I let another 50% liquidate me? You know, you guys got to start being a little smarter with it. Look at the end number and know, okay, well, if I'm up this much, at worst case scenario, if this liquidated me, I would lose this. So I'm, you know, one of my trades, I made 5 from it hitting 2 targets. And then I was 90% out. I let the 10% ride. The 10% only hit me $50 and I got liquidated on the play, which didn't matter because I'm still up 450. Granted, if I didn't pull anything, that 500 would have reversed and eventually liquidated me, where I would have lost probably, you know, close to 600 and change. So you guys have to understand the laws of average when you are making these adjustments. I noticed when we were hot in November, a lot of guys were taking it on their own to go out and put money, go 15, 20x on certain things. You guys are not at this level right now to be playing that game like that. Get back to the basics, pull out at every target point. I would instruct anybody new right now to maybe just set it at 25 or 30% to close out the entire deal as we're riding out the this wave of just negative things that are impacting the economy. I just don't want you guys left out. The other thing too is right now I probably only have 2 current trades open. And not following my rules, I was over trading. But again, I'm at a different basis point than you guys, because if I'm up overall, then my losses aren't really losses that are cutting into profit. They're just, that are cutting into, just kind of my initial investment. They're just cutting into old profit. But I was finding myself over trading. So now I take days off. I send the plays on. It's hard for me not to get into the plays. And I'm watching you guys scorecards and I'm just like, shit. So I'm glad that you guys are actually winning right now, but I'm not actively trading every single day, just so you guys know. Take some days off, take the Mondays off, take Fridays off. While we're watching all of this, I would say take the weekends off. I could control what I put out on particular days, but I don't want to do that because at the end of the day, things are hitting. So I'm going to continue to post, but you guys have to find ways. Like Nicola, we had a conversation before the group started. She took about a week and a half off. Things could get heavy, especially when you start to lose some money. You just have to regroup a little bit. Look back at why you lost the money. I'm almost pretty sure, because I've spoken to a lot of guys on this call behind the scenes, and it's always been, I didn't pull profit. I went to sleep and woke up. You guys cannot go to sleep without setting your stop losses. This happens to me. It happens to Champ. You've got to set those stop losses. You have to set those take profits. So if I was to give any advice right now, I would say look at 30 to 40% on closing out the entire deal. And you got to think, $40 on $100 is a great day. And these things are hitting within hours. It's just the news is retracting them just as fast. So we have to use the automation in futures to, and even for me, I'm not blindly keeping things open either. I'm closing out for the first time, and I'm used to, I go higher leverage. So I'm used to seeing 100, minimum 100 on every investment I have. So for me to go to 40, I did have to shift my mindset a little bit, but in taking inventory of, where I was closed out, it makes all the sense in the world, because I was probably able to win 95%, actually close to 96%. If we were to institute the 30 to 40% closeout, you would win damn near every time. And again, the FUD, the FUD, this is real news. It's not just the crypto market. You have to understand, if there's guys that trade commodities and Forex or that are playing the stock market, it's every single industry, globally is being affected by all this news right now. Europe, shutting down is not a good thing. We're in holiday. There's no company that's making their fourth quarter earnings for this holiday. There's no inventory. So things are just really, really bad, guys. And I just want you guys to be really careful, moving forward. So search every coin that's in the green right now and look at those. Just look how fast they bounce back. That's going to be an indicator of, how strong that project is in that moment. So Luna is off the chart right now. Solid project. I want you guys to do your due diligence on that. You may want to hold a little bit long-term on it. We're at a deep discount right now. Literally, there's guys that made a ton of money in crypto just by buying in that dip. I want to say Bitcoin's at 48 now, Ethereum at 40, 41. They're both in the green, and everything's under in the top 10. Everything's under 7%. So for the most part, we're in the green. So everything kind of picked up yesterday. Solana's at 188. That's a solid one that we know is going to shoot back up again. Cardona, I don't know what's happening with that. I kind of think that the days are numbered for them. Polkadot at 2752, guys. That's a solid pickup. It's down 18% in the last 7 days. Trust me when I tell you, this one is gonna be a $200-300 situation within the next few months. Dogecoin, the meme coins, you notice all the air is taken out of it. It's not saying that Sheeb and them aren't going to come back. I think they definitely do come back, but it's not in the cycle now. Guys are being a lot smarter. Crypto.com is down 23.5%. That's a solid one. Matt Damon has just signed on to be the face of it. So start watching what crypto.com is doing. That LA play was huge for 700 million, but they're going to tie into the entire entertainment community. So that one is a good pickup at 55 cents. Yeah, just kind of go through and look at the 7-day on CoinMarketCap. You'll see the discounts. Yesterday was definitely the time to buy. Mana, Decentraland, that's down 22% in 7 days. So that's to 367. That's a big one. Champ had called out Render, RNDR. Render's at $4.96. It's just down just under 7%. The last 24 hours. That's a solid project, guys, to get into. So just to kind of give you a recap on Render, they're going to be the guys behind the graphics. If you look at all the Decentralands and the Sands, go into these worlds, start looking at how they look in comparison to, if anybody's a gamer, you do know that's a little behind on time. In time, meaning they're not keeping up with the graphics, PS5 and all these other game consoles where they're at right now, but they'll get to that point. So Render plays a critical role in all metaverse. So when you're part of this university, we don't just look at the projects that are hot right now. We look at the components to other projects that are kind of feeding that project, or they're going to constantly eat off of it. So you may not invest directly in Mana or have land, but you can position yourself to be involved in other coins and tokens that are part of that ecosystem. So we go a little deeper where you could make money on all ends. So the company controlling the GPUs moving forward is going to be Render, and there'll be other companies that come along too. But you just gotta we dig in and we look at the partnerships that are being formed. We're starting to see a lot more corporations forming partnerships now. So we're paying attention to that. Apple's coming out with the glasses, so that's gonna be good for Meta. Microsoft already has their stuff out, so these things are going to be on market. Next year you're probably going to see a lot of Oculus is going to have a lot of competition, and all of it's going to tie back to the metaverse. So in January we're going to be releasing staking, investing in nodes. So we're going to show you guys passive income ways where today we're trading daily. That's to help us make money every day. But then the next component to owning your own bank is, you don't want an investment that you have to babysit. So this is where we're going to start staking particular projects and just kind of sitting back and getting high returns. And again, everything goes from low risk all the way to super high risk. And we'll give you as much as we have, we'll give to you in those new investment packages that come out. January also, we want to start to introduce you guys to, just the NFT world, buying and selling NFTs. There's DAOs that's supposed to be the new LLC of, the crypto world. That's a huge sector. We have those packages loaded. We're going to start releasing a lot of free, just single white pages, just for you to start to do the due diligence. So that way, when the actual coursework comes out, you guys have a good foundational understanding of what the different industries are. So we're really excited about that. What else do we have, Champ?
Nodes, we had decentralized autonomous organizations, and there's an abundance of them. Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered the gist of what we're doing. And there's new projects that pop up daily right now because that's a new hot market. So I literally I haven't been to sleep yet from yesterday morning. So I was up all night researching some stuff for you guys. There's one product offering. I'm not gonna mention it right now. It's too premature and it's super, super high risk. But in terms of staking, something you guys might want to, look into. I'm pretty sure damn near every exchange you guys utilize has some form of staking capability, but some of the projects that I've been finding, the APYs and the structure of how you guys make money is unprecedented. You guys will literally become your own bank, but it's risky, so it's super risky. So we're just trying to figure out how to package this for you guys, so you can determine whatever type of risk you're willing to accept to get into certain projects.
Let's see. Somebody asked in the chat, do you feel the powers to be are driving down the prices to scare folks to sell? So there's a couple things that's definitely happening. Mass adoption hasn't occurred yet, but if we don't think that it's coming, right, with the metaverse, with the NFT market, with a lot of the crypto projects, Europe accepting smart contracts as a way of law, these are all things that are being signed on the books. Mass adoption is here. When we do have this, whatever the Black Swan event is going to be, that's going to crash the markets. Yes, the fear is going to drive a lot of you. The same way when you guys see red now, you sell out. The fear is going to have a lot of people selling crypto. I've been here for 18. Once you lose your position on when the regulations come and the money pumps into the market, you will not be able to touch any project under any solid project, and maybe the top 20 under $5,000. You're not going to be able to touch it. So, I would tell you guys, lock it away, get these projects offline. There's a lot of hacking going on right now. I'm all for the regulations because it's going to help protect assets, because clearly if we're moving digital currency around, there has to be a way to block it from it entering the wrong hands. So, they're just leaving us out to dry. But I would take this risk any day, considering that a lot of coins that I hold now aren't even at a 0.5% of where they will be in the greater market. So for me, protecting my assets now is the number one thing. So the last couple of days I've been a little off, just really going through a lot of my exchanges, because I still have things on the exchange. I still do trade spots, kind of daily, and I pick up new things. And then with the cold storage that I have, it doesn't have the ability to hold every single project that I have, because I go a lot deeper. So I do have the issue of not being able to pull things offline at the moment, because the projects aren't integrated into, the cold storage, Nano X and some other things that are out there. But I know in time, the security, will be top notch, and there won't be any issues. But I took a beating last month, like terrible, from just hacking. So when we give you guys the information, we definitely come in with protection first. How to link MetaMask to your Nano X, and so you're going to need these tools. So I would say everybody order that Nano X now. It's probably a few weeks behind, but just make sure you have at least one or two of them. I know people are going to ask about the S. It's cheaper. It holds less. There's less memory. Just get the X.
Just get the X and save yourself the headache.
Yeah, let's not go back and forth. It's Bluetooth. It's a lot better in integrating and pulling off. But if you want to save some money and you think you're doing something with the S, then just buy the family pack, and you can have multiple to have more storage. I'm actually ordering more because I'm going to keep a few different ledgers for different projects, so I don't have everything all on one. So I'm going to be splitting that off. I'm also working with someone on how to create cold storage just from a home computer. If you have a laptop or a desktop that doesn't touch the internet at all, because that's all it is. It really just is storage. It could be put on a USB stick. So once we finalize that, that'll be presented to you guys too, with how to secure everything. And that's key for me. What else did we have? Yeah, next year is going to be, so just kind of looking forward. We'll probably make some money mid-December. And then after December 18th, all the way through January, things are just going to be pretty flat, right? And then February, you'll start to see a huge surgence in the market, where things are going to start running up. February 22nd is China is supposed to be releasing their coin. We'll kind of see about that. Yeah, February is going to be the time where we'll be releasing a lot of the the next level of coursework. The websites are done. They'll all be integrated by tomorrow. So you guys will have the web links to buy the 101 book, the futures course. Most of you guys are already in it and taking it. And then the signals, you'll have the ability to go to the site there if you're new and you don't have signals. Signals are going up in January. We haven't finalized the price yet. And then we're just going to set the rules clear so you guys understand what you get. Since October, we've been going beyond what the price is. The price really just includes the calls, the targets, and the profit loss. That's it. So we've been giving you guys, and we're going to continue to give you guys spots. They're just going to be given in a different manner, a lot easier for you to get to the information quicker. So you'll still get the spot calls and you'll still get the signal calls. But what we're not doing is we're not customer service. So there's a lot of guys hitting Champ in the background. There's a lot of guys hitting me in the background. And you guys understand that, the good guy, bad guy, good cop, bad cop situation, you guys got it pegged already because not to come to me. But now you're bringing the energy to Champ. You got to think those are one-on-ones. We spend, we do a few one-on-ones per month and, they cost money. So we do have those options, but when it comes down to like customer service, there's no way that we can service, hundreds of people, for every little problem that you have. So a lot of you have entered MetaMask. We didn't tell you guys to enter MetaMask. You guys are doing this on your own. So when you start to go on your own to buy NFTs and do that sort of stuff, you got to navigate that on your own, right? You can bring the questions back, but if we don't have that product out and it wasn't something that came from us, then us servicing you because of something that you did on your own is a plus. So just treat that as like free game. That's going to have to stop because we don't have the bandwidth to really hold everybody's hand when they start to go off in different markets. So all these new projects that you guys are doing on the side, I'm happy to see that you guys are growing in the industry, but you have to go back and understand whoever taught you that. You got to go back to them and ask them that question. And not so much that. So we'll be accountable for what we give you. Anything you do outside of that, if we do have the time, respectfully, we'll give you the time. But we really don't have the time right now because we are in the process of launching the university, launching all the products. And all the questions that have been asked of Champ and I have nothing to do with anything that we've done. So I'm like, man, you guys are really feeling confident right now, which I love, because trust me, I was in it when it was super, super risky. So I like that you guys are, taking the initiative upon yourselves, but Champ and I just can't, we can't do customer service on something that wasn't provided by us. And I hope you guys truly understand that, because we do want to help everybody, but in doing so, it could hold us back from, the biggest, our mantra here in the university is becoming your own bank, and if we have to stop because of a whole bunch of side projects that you guys are getting into, then it'll definitely pull us off. We do have, you're going to start to see more live calls and then more just kind of YouTube videos that we're putting together on content that's going to help you guys out. We're going to start to bring on guest speakers. So it's just not going to be Champ and I. A lot of people ask us for some feminine energy. We are working on that right now with bringing a bunch of different types of people on that are insiders in particular industries. So, gaming, I don't game. So it wouldn't be authentic for me to give you guys firsthand account and information on investing in gaming if I don't have it all. I'll give you what I know. And then we have insiders that are going to come in and really, take it to the next level. Because I don't play games for tokens. So, I wouldn't endorse that. if I don't know all the ins and outs of it. So we're going to bring guys on who are going to help us build the packages to then give to you guys if those are areas of interest. Collectively as a group in 2022, Champ and I talked about the possibility of doing group NFT investing. And this is all things that we're going to be doing through the DAO, which is kind of the new LLC, new ways of raising capital and people being involved in a company at the end of the day. Give you an example of it. There's a DAO where the company actually invests in buying NFTs. So as investors, we come together, we invest, they give us high interest on staking with them. They go out, they buy and sell NFTs. Of course, when the NFTs go up in value, that's how they're able to pay out these high yields per year. And it just keeps them active in that particular space. So we can collectively, and the good thing about a DAO is when you invest in an LLC, usually you have like no rights. With the DAO, it gives the collective the ability to vote on certain things. So, I'll have one for real estate. Let's say if we all invested in a particular land project I had, and I had like 2 or 3 designs of the next, cabin or structured build that we need to put to grow the property, I would then, it's governed by you guys. I would put out the 3 designs and I would say, hey, listen, guys, we need to vote. We have 48 hours on what the next look is going to be. And collectively as a group, we all have the same power, voting power. So that's some of the good thing about the great things about the DAO that I like. Now, how regulation is going to affect capital raise, that's going to be an issue too. So we just, as we give you the products, we would then stick to watching government and how they, react to a lot of the new regulations that are coming. Wyoming is like, kind of almost looking like the place to live right now. And I don't know if you know, Champ, but they just they're accepting the DAO as a form of LLC, and it's the first thing to do that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But it's the most crypto friendly state. The governor there is super on it, and they understand the importance of it. Same thing for the mayor of Miami, the new mayor of New York is crypto friendly. You're going to start to see, especially in this midterm election, and I feel a lot of Democrats are going to get flipped. Once that Republican, comes to power again, guys, it's going to be a really good thing for us in just the financial space, period. Right. So I'm not telling you guys how to vote. I'm just telling you to wake up. This isn't about black or white or all blacks vote Democrat. It's historically we voted Republican. Go back to the history and look at it. They've made it to where, we've got away from that. We have to approach the next election. You can't get caught up in personally what's happening, right? You have to look at it through the financial lens. Like, great, we know that there's racism in the world, but that shouldn't be why you're voting for somebody. We got to get this money together. Everything else will work out, because we're going to have these problems anyway. So why be broke, dealing with vaccines or anything that's trying to split us? Like, we're going to be split regardless who you put in, but I can't continue to lose money with particular administrations who are just, they have this notion that everything should be even, and we know it shouldn't. So, just be mindful of what's coming up and just keep your ears open. What we're also giving, so the value add too is we're opening a Discord group, because where we're at now, we can't really discuss all the projects correctly in one string. So everyone who pays in the VIP group would also be added to the crypto Discord group, and things are going to be broken down into categories of every sector. So every conversation for every sector, every information would be in its own sector. So it'd be easier for you to get to it. And then all our YouTube channels, everything will match up the same way. So we're going to start breaking crypto down into the sectors. If everybody has the freshman playbook, you'll see all the sectors broken down. And then we might add a few more, but for now, those are the main sectors. And then you're going to start getting fed a whole lot of information on there. So once a month, you'll hear from us. A couple times a month, you'll hear from us. One, a recap the previous month, and then we may do something midway. We will be doing something midway for all our VIP guys only. to just discuss the investments, the new investments. So the group is going to hear from us a lot more, and you're going to have a lot more content. So not only you're getting the spot leads and the future play calls, and trust me, guys, you see it. It's just the not being disciplined in trading is what creates, anybody losing is really just that, because we've only had like 3 solid days of dips. And then from there, the market bounced back. I'm urging you guys, do not run off thinking that you can do these shorts just because you see, or call along because you see something down. This market come Monday, it could be some old crazy shit that carries on. The elite have taken their money out, they've taken their money out. So we are following where the money's at. You do have countries that are buying the dip, in Bitcoin and keeping that together. So it's going to be, this Evergrande situation is going to dictate kind of the landscape of everything. Yeah, this is it. This is definitely that black swan event. Champ's been talking this for a while now, since when I met him. And it's finally all coming to fruition. And again, it won't be a bad thing. Your shit's gonna look, trust me, my portfolio is looking crazy in times like this. But I know for every red day, I've also made the most amount of money in crypto ever. So this is a really good time to buy into some projects. Did anybody get into the plays this morning that I put out? And are they up? You could just unmute and talk. Raise your hand if you have any comments or anything to add.
Hey, can you hear me, see?
Yep, Joanne, what's going on?
Hey, oh man, you said that at 4:33. I was asleep, and Polygon is one of my favorite projects. So I was upset about that.
Oh no, it's all good. I mean, if you're holding the like I said, if you're holding the spot, it's always good to see that it's going to trend correctly for you. So yeah. But yeah, Polygon's another good one to hold. You said what?
I said, yeah, it's gonna be more plays, but that was definitely a good call. And yeah, I can see in my portfolio it went up. So it'll be another time.
Matic is up.
Matic is up. Floki, Champ provided us with that in our October call. Get back into that project, guys. FLOKI. It is low. It's on a discount now. I actually sold Floki. I made a good amount of money on it. But I'm going to get back into it now. So today, we have here are the coins to look out for, guys. And I'm going to, Champ, if you want to just type it in the okay. So Floki, give them render. Yeah, Floki's down almost 14%. This is the time to get into that project, guys. What else are we giving them?
Just for grins and giggles, you definitely you can plus up your holding on Shiba Inu. There's some new information that's floating around, and it's talks that they may eat another 1 to 2 zeros in the short. So even with all this nonsense going on, I just want you guys to be properly positioned. And it's a meme coin, but they're taking it as a method of payment, and it's going to be surprisingly, I'm starting to uncover that there's a lot of information on Shiba Inu that they're going to take it along with some of the protocols that we're not really going to talk about, but they're going to take it for micropayments and peer-to-peer transactions. So you guys, I definitely want y'all to this ain't financial advice, but I want you to properly position yourself.
Guys, listen, when this mass adoption comes, you're definitely going to be in 2 categories. We're all going to be users in this for sure. And then there's going to be the guys who are actually positioned to make money off of being an early adopter. So, if there's anything you can do for the holiday is if you have friends and family around you, nudge them a little bit to get involved in crypto. And it's just for the knowledge. I'm not telling anybody to invest. This isn't financial advice. I'm just this is the one time in our generation, the wealth transfer, and you guys have seen it. I can't make this up, has been tremendous. And this is the time where you can get into definitely the newest asset class that's around, be an early adopter in it. So again, I've talked about this in previous videos. Our parents have all, and again, I can't assume all of it, but definitely for sure coming up in my household, they missed the dot-com era. They did not position me on the power of the internet. I was only taught how to use the internet through school, and you're seeing the same thing happening now, right? Kids are just being given phones with no instructions. So another part of the university is coming out with product for children. You know, if your kid is going to be on the internet, you got to know how to position them. You got to know what's, you know, the ups and the downsides of the metaverse. But if you're mentally not stable, you know, at the current state you're in, there's no way you're going to be able to teach your children and position them currently. So it's just going to be a bad cycle. And this being the final cycle, guys. When I say the final cycle, meaning if you can't be in position to make money in the new economy, you'll just be on universal basic income. Life expectancy is going to drop. You know, if you think now you can't get something without a shot, just wait till the future. So if you're not in a position to move with your own autonomy, you're going to be super controlled, or you're just going to, you know, you're just going to hide in this reality world. You'll be lit. You know, I'm sure you guys are all going to make your profiles, you know, the greatest ever, but the shit still ain't real. So, you know, at some point you're going to come back around again. You have to face reality. So I would tell everyone to just urge people around them to take a look into crypto. Start bringing your kids into the conversation. Bring your spouses into the conversation. Yeah, SHIB is another one. Go crypto.com. CRO. About 22% down in the last week. That's a good pickup, guys. And you're just dollar cost averaging in. So if you got into it before, all we're doing is buying at lower positions now.
I'm good. Yourself?
Quick question.
Steve, mute up, everybody.
AT&T?
All right, Champ, you put on mute. Mana is another one. Champ, put that down. Down 21.5%. Listen, Axie Infinity is huge. It's down 15%. You know, I would definitely look at that one.
Gotcha.
So in the freshman ebook, I give the top industries with the top coins, so that there's a good section there. The taxes is another reason why you should have that ebook. The tax section on there, you guys are going to get caught up. This Biden administration is looking for the money, guys. In 2022, if you receive $600 or more in your Cash App, they're gonna be sending you tax forms, so they on it. It used to be 20K. You know, the earnings with the job report is not showing that people are going back to work, and it's showing that, you know, a lot of people are investing, they're in crypto, and that's part of the regulation is going to find the holdings. Last year's tax forms, they asked, there was a checkbox on there, you know, are you invested in cryptocurrency? So it's here, and they're going to send out a lot of auditors. They've already loaded up to where, you know, I think all the regulations is going to be around finding, you know, where the holdings are. And it's easy for them just to go right to to regulate the exchanges first to get the information. So now you're starting to see KuCoin asking you for, you know your customer. They're asking for more information. I'm kind of grandfathered into a lot, so I don't have a lot of my information on a lot of these sites. But the industries are follow something like a Coinbase at the end of the day, where you're going to have to upload your ID, which is going to be a good thing. But there still are some decentralized ways. So, you know, I won't be getting some tax forms from a lot of holdings for this coming tax season. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to know, because they do know a lot more than we think they know. What's another good one? Sandbox is down almost 23% in the last 7 days. I would grab that. SAND. HBAR. HBAR is going to be the future blockchain, guys. HBAR has the ability to flip Ethereum. Listen, I'm giving you $1 million worth of game right now. HBAR is 26 cents. It's down 14%. Grab that. Gala's been coming up too, you know, as far as like this gaming token that's really low. It's down 23%. It's about 49 cents right now. I would grab Gala.
And it's up today too.
Helium. I was having a conversation with Sharon earlier. She bought a Bobcat miner from
Wow.
Helium. 12 to 20 weeks out. That's a good project. I would definitely buy that. Do your research first. Again, this isn't financial advice, guys. I'm just giving some information out. Go research the projects. They're all on discount right now. Helium. Let's drop it in here. I'm going to give you guys the website. There's a coverage map. Listen, so in short, what Helium is creating a internet network to cover the world, a signal that's going to use these mining stations that they give to people. So it's similar. It pulls no energy. It's just like having a router in your house, and it gives off a signal that creates kind of a bubble around you. So when people come onto the Helium network, you get rewarded through it. So if you look at the coverage map, you know, these guys are covering more than T-Mobile at this point right now. So for me, I see so much upside with this company being, you know, the future of the future internet provider of the blockchain. That's what the Helium project is. If anybody's been around my first group, you know that we were all planning to invest in Helium. Things were changing at the time, so I didn't get a Bobcat, but I'm thinking of buying a mining rig now, and they have a few on eBay where they're charging you 5 times the amount, almost 3 times the amount of what they're charging, but you get it today as opposed to waiting. 20 weeks is damn near, 4 or 5 months. So I have to do the cost analysis on, all right, well, if I pay $1,800 for this, how much can I make for if I was just going to wait for it to get ordered? But it's just a good coin to have. I can see this early next year going up to $200-300. It's a solid project, guys. So read into that. The way we present the new spots, they'll be presented in a cleaner fashion. But you still have to go to CoinMarketCap and put everything together. Some things we may do a deep dive in, and you may get a little bit more, but for the most part, the new membership in January is going to come with the Discord group. It's going to come with a ton more of information that's going to prep you for the new, investment packages that we're all putting together. Everything right now is a la carte. We haven't decided on, when the university does open and we have product, can it be added to one monthly membership and then you have access to everything? So we're still kind of debating on how we do it, but for now to be a la carte, on top of not everybody, everybody's investment style is a little bit different. So, depending on your risk level or how much you have to invest, it's probably better we keep it a la carte. So, all right, well, this project you can get in as low as 100. This project may have a minimum and it may cost you $3,000 to $10,000. Mm-hmm. So it really all depends. But the number one focus of Crypto University now is the daily futures play, because that is what's giving you guys the information to put the plays in. But not only, and I'm happy where you guys are at right now, and we're just around a month with each other now, and I've been getting great feedback on. I mean, you guys, most of you knew nothing about crypto, when we first were introduced at the end of October. So I'm loving that you guys are buying NFTs. You guys are actively looking for the information. And this is why I didn't hold your hand in the beginning. I kept telling you 101, research, because from 2015, all I've been doing is researching. From 2015, all Champ's been doing is researching. So for us to give you everything, fix your plate, cut your meat, and even feed you, we didn't want a group like that. We want a powerful group of insiders in different sectors who are then going to bring things back to the community where we could then all learn from each other. Because you guys are telling me about some projects that I was not aware of that's happening. And that's the whole point of creating the community and the Discord group, is that now you'll have a place to go and drop that information. And so right now, if we're talking about metaverse, you go into the Discord group metaverse channel. You don't talk gaming. Well, it kind of goes hand in hand, but you won't talk, DeFi projects in metaverse and vice versa. Everything's going to have its home. And depending on where your level of interest is, you'll be able to have a classroom to go into and just and have white pages that you could download from Champ and I. And then, you'll just be abreast of everything that's happening within there. And then when you guys have news that comes out from that particular sector, then you bring that back to the community and you drop that off. And right now it's the most powerful information site we're going to have in Discord, at the end of the day, to get real-time information. So if there's any sectors that you guys want us to discuss, just hit us on Telegram, or you could even drop it here. Someone drop something else, question in there. Champ, just man the questions. So listen, we don't know every project, guys. So, there's some things that you'd be teaching us.
Yes, so time is.
But what we do know is we do hold the key to where this shit is going. I'm going to drop the Helium coverage map inside of the chat right now. You guys can kind of see. Let me just share the screen with you guys real quick.
Hey, Champ.
What's going on? Who am I talking to? Oh,
This is
Johan, what's going
Jahan.
on?
Hey, when you once Steve is done, could you go over that T-pump chart right behind you? I looked over it. I didn't understand it fully though.
Oh, behind me, this tether pump.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll kind of be here for we'll kind of be here for a while. But Steve, do you want to get into that?
Now let's just do a white page on that one.
Okay.
Because then we can just give them the chart and then just let them then explain it. And that way it just, everyone else coming in would just have access to that white page. And then,
Right.
But listen, in short, the US needs money. The US prints money, physically prints money, right? And what that does is, this is why we're in the position we're in right now, because for every time we have a problem, just imagine every time you go to pay a bill, you use a credit card. Eventually you're going to get maxed out where you no longer have credit. The end result of that. So Tether, in essence, is doing that. The whole point of the blockchain and cryptocurrency is so we can have a one-to-one, meaning anyone that's going to create a stable coin needs to have the same amount of assets as what they actually create. So if I have $1 billion, I need to have $1 billion in assets matched to back that. Tether is minting shit that they don't have at the end of the day. So eventually they're pretty much doing the same thing the government's doing now. Creating inflation within crypto. They're not being honest. So if shit hits the fan with like Evergrande, they lose a lot, because they are, and I think, what's the insurance company back in the days that went under? And I want to say IMG, but it's not that one. But just, even with insurance companies are supposed to have dollar for dollar, every claim is supposed to be back, just in case something ever happens, that you're covered. And this is why companies, Enron and these companies have gone down in the past, because they weren't honest with, their business dealings. And this is what's happening with Tether. So we'll break down this chart in the back and you'll have a free white page for you to have at it. And we've posted this information before in articles for you guys. But again, having a place where this thing could live and you can go back. So now when you have a question, we can reference it and say, hey, listen, it's over here. And you'll be able to find everything. Can everybody see the coverage map here on the share?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Helium coverage map, guys. So these are all individuals who have this mining Bobcat station, and you can see and compare this to your internet provider currently, your cell phone provider. Helium could be a cell phone provider at the end of the day that works off the Helium network. Like, I see so much upside with this company here. so much, and I love companies who have a hardware component to it, where it's just not, solely a digital asset. This one allows common folk like me and you to have a couple machines in our house, in our office, where we'll be able to make money and be part of it, right? Because in order to set up a network like this, you would need cell phone towers, you would need leases. So now you're actually this genius because you have us invest a couple $100 and you pay us an incentive. So this is why blockchain is important, guys. It brings people together. This isn't about solely the money. You have to understand the concept behind the blockchain. We're going to start digging a little bit deeper so you guys understand what you're part of at the end of the day. It's really a collective. It cuts out the middleman. We are in control of what happens to our money and how it happens. Companies are able to pay higher dividends because they're not of the old mindset. The old mindset is take the regular people's money, invest it, but make money for our shareholders at the end of the day. So if you're not a major shareholder, then you don't reap the benefits of it. You're just a user at the end of the day. We're utilizing all of these, Fortune 500 companies. Yeah, you think they're bettering our lives, but they're really taking money from us at the end of the day when we're not invested in them. So blockchain and all these companies and the new technologies that are out are building it on the backs of people, common people like us. This is why it's important to get down with these projects. I'll give you a quick story with Mana. I thought I sold my Mana, in some of my gaming coins. Things just weren't moving. Not that I didn't believe in the industry. It was just at the time, I'm just trying to clean up. And luckily I found it. Shit ton of this stuff at 10 cents. Look at it now. And you see where the industry is going. When mass adoption happens, as Microsoft right now is looking at these companies, they're going to partner with these guys. They're not going to create a blockchain and do a spinoff. They're going to buy these companies. But it's tough because the valuation of these companies right now are like, they're super high. These aren't startup companies. They have more cash than companies that have been around for hundreds of years in this country. So you can kind of look at this coverage map right here. This is the green is everyone that has a mining station from Helium that's giving off a network within their house. So when you click on these little blocks right here, you'll kind of see, it'll tell you the exact individual, and it'll give you some information on it. And it'll even tell you like how much ENT they were actually given, how much helium they made in bonuses. So this is a real good coverage map for you guys to look at. So after you look into the project, go to the coverage map and just see what people are making, at the end of the day. Yeah, and the bonuses, they've gone down a little bit, but the fact that the pricing is increasing is a good thing. Yeah, this is an incredible project, guys. So Helium, you want to give them anything else before we jump off?
No, somebody asked me about I call it SATA, but it's called Saitama Inu. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just to kind of touch and go. It is extremely affordable right now. It's a really good entry price. It already had a little run, but you gotta understand there's 10 zeros that still exist before the decimal. So this is a great entry, and it's not something that I would ape in, but it's an ERC20 token. And it started off as a meme coin. And now what they're trying to do is they're trying to transition into more decentralized finance features, kind of like Shiba Inu. This is what a lot of the meme coins are now doing, because meme coins are a way to onboard a lot of new investors. So what these projects are doing is they are intensely community based. This is what they strive for at the point of origination, and then they pivot They still remain community based, but they try to transition into different DeFi things, trying to be points of payment, doing peer-to-peer transactions, all of that good stuff. But Saitama is on the Ethereum blockchain. So when you hear ERC20, I want you to automatically program your brain to know that that's an Ethereum product. And what they do is they, in order for them to sustain the price of the coin, even when the markets go up and down, what they do is they have a 2% burn for every transaction. So whether you're sending it to another person, you're moving it to a ledger device, anything, anytime you transact, Saitama, they burn 2% of that transaction, and that's how they retain the token value. So it has like an anti-whale protocol. So it's really cool. But I mean, with everything that's Ethereum based, like Overlord, like you just said, it's bad with Ethereum fees. So you always have to factor that in when you're making purchases. But I mean, when the market is down like this and you're entering projects that's this cheap, that's this affordable, when you jump into these products, you're able to get that money back literally in a blink of an eye. The very next day you can wake up and 2 zeros can be gone, but it's speculative because it's mostly community based. So I mean, this is early. This is Saitama is one of those. I've had it for maybe 3 months, 4 months. It came out in May. So I think I got it in June. So I mean, it's still up a little bit. And again, it was just something a gamer friend of mine put me onto, but they're actually transitioning into NFT platform, and they're trying to get into that marketplace as well. So it's got a lot of potential, but it's up. I think it's been up 157,000% since the highs. I think that was in September. So that's just another one that you guys can look into. I believe Gate.io is where I made the purchase at. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you can, go over there and look into the project and make a decision from there. But that's just a little touch and go on it.
Here's another spot one for you guys. And I'm mad. This is the one I lost on my Coinbase wallet the other day. Queen X Q ANX. Look that one up. That one's also recently. It's on Gate.io, and I wish I had it because I was in on it early. I had to go through Pancake Swap, no MetaMask to get it, and it's actually sitting on my Coinbase wallet, and it got hacked. I lost a ton of this shit. It's on discount now. Definitely not where my entry point was, but I did rebuy this again. It's at 11 cents. When I traced it prior, I got in less than a penny. So I'm a little frustrated now. But that project should get to 53 cents. And it's a solid project too. And I'm just telling you, that's just like kind of my first short entry point. This project's going to be around. So now that it's on Gate.io, I feel a lot safer it's sitting on an exchange now than I do in my Trust wallet and Coinbase wallet. So, I would urge you guys to maybe just fall back from these wallets or find ways to connect those wallets to your ledger for extra protection. At this point, I would even urge you to just change if you can, change your private key. Generate a new private key because things are happening and they're not taking accountability for it either.
To piggyback off that, I actually was going to create a video for that, but we're so immersed in getting these products out to you guys, I kind of just fell back. But Bitmart on yesterday, actually Bitmart exchange was hacked. So this is a twofold thing I want to share with y'all. When you guys are researching different projects, right, and you go to CoinMarketCap and you go to markets, when you go there and you see let's say Bitmart was one of the exchanges that you went and bought Taboo on, or Come Rocket, or, you know, they've got all kinds of crazy projects over there. But let's say you went to make that purchase and you did no research whatsoever on Bitmart, and you jumped in. Just yesterday, they were hacked for 200 million. And this was Shiba Inu. This was, oh man, there was a ton of projects. Safe Moon. There was a bunch of things that were over there, but they literally cleared everybody's wallets. And this is why we tell you guys that it's always best to self-custody, and you have to be cautious, because not every project is going to be compatible with a Ledger or an Oculus or a decent wallet or anything like that. So sometimes you're just you're naked. I mean, it's the nature of the game, until a lot of these projects kind of get familiar with knowing that their customer base wants to actually secure their assets. So you guys have to also be super, super careful with that. And sometimes it's sad to say, but it's not avoidable. So if you have it on the exchange, the sentiment is, if it's not if you don't have the private keys to it, it's not yours. So if you made a purchase of something and you haven't taken it off of that exchange and put it on your ledger, it essentially doesn't belong to you. The private keys are still owned by the exchange where it sits. So if they get hacked, your wallet can get hacked. And I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but I just want you guys to be fully aware this is what goes on. And these hacks happen all the time, from security breaches and everything. So just a heads up. So definitely, if you haven't invested in a cold storage, please get one today. I've got a couple. Steve has a couple, and I literally use my Ledger S every day, my Ledger X every day. So I want you guys to just, take heed to these gems, man, especially right now, because it's going to be a lot of money made. And I would hate for you guys to get hacked and your money get taken away when you're seeing your portfolio climb to new heights. And it's going to happen. This is bull run time. In the next 2 to 3 months, there's a lot of money going to be made. It's a lot of money that's going to come into this market. And I want you guys protected. You know what I mean? So get rich, get wealthy. That's what we're here for. But please protect yourself.
So somebody asked about the bundle packages. Listen, we're going to have the website up, so there is going to be no more bundle. This is the last day I'm sending this link out. The one thing too is look inside the pinned messages before you guys ask any questions, because there's a lot of information on every group that you join. Just look at the pinned messages. All the information is there, because we're asking the same questions over and over. So right now, and then just to touch back on, inside the playbook, we do have a chapter on defense, I called it. How to protect your assets. So all that stuff's in there, understanding the difference between non-custodial and custodial wallet. If you guys don't have the strong foundational understanding of crypto, granted, you just came into the space in futures, it's helping, but it's not everything. So you got to go back to the foundational understanding, so that way when new products come out, you're better versed in how to connect all those pieces. And then once you get the full understanding, the full picture, you'll realize how you made this anthole into a mountain. It's not that difficult, guys. It's just I think that just the share of information that's out there could be overwhelming, and we're just here to make it as easy as possible for you guys. So right now, the freshman playbook does give you everything that you need in there. There's a tax section that breaks down, the taxes and what you would owe. Granted, we're not accountants. You do still have to run this past your accountant, but it's following the same rules and laws that are currently in place now, since we don't have anything behind crypto. So we're dealing with capital gains tax. But if you stake, you start buying these miners, you start owning NFTs, the information is inside of that book on how things are going to be taxed. So it's important, that you, and even if you don't get, our book, just get a book, that's going to give you the information. I haven't found one that can break it down into the sectors as easily as we did. We do have a spin-off of that book. So a lot of our training coming out next year is going to have videos, chapters, and tests that you take, and then you just kind of move through a whole module. Because there's some people that just kind of learn with visual, and then you'll have the ability to download the book also. And there's people that just want to just dig into it, how they want to dig into it. So we'll have a couple different ways to deliver the training moving forward. So I just posted the bundle package, which again is done. Once the 3 websites are up, so we have 3 different websites for signals, for futures, and for the plays. And then once the next group of investment packages that come out are going to be nodes and staking, yield farms, passive ways to make income in crypto. That's going to have its own situation. And then once the community university website is set up, then every sector would be all in one section for you to be able to go in and find the information. So I think now is just, our focus in December and January is just doing a better job of organizing all the content for you guys, so it's broken down where you can understand each sector. And we're going to dive into each sector correctly. But the first thing is understanding what the sector is, and then you'll get firsthand definitions of what the sectors means to Champ and I. So the way he would break it down would be different from how I see it. And that's the great part about these industries and these new projects, is that it's left for interpretation. So you have to see where my value add really in this is not to give you what the true definition of it is. I look at, I'm a business whisperer. I can see it 20, 30 years from now. I can see what it's going to, what industries it's going to wipe out. A lot of you guys are working desk jobs right now. Start paying attention when you start to see the sectors and what the blockchain is going to do. Anybody that's actually inputting something in a computer for an employer, start looking for a new job. They're not going to need you. The blockchain is going to be a place where information is stored and pulled and processed without the need of people. You're starting to notice it now. I'm going to stores and I'm the cash register now. Like I got to bring my own shit up, which I don't mind, but you see how fast we've expedited this automation. So now there's robots in restaurants now bringing things out from the back. So this is going to be the future of 2022. There's going to be no more human interaction in business. So all these low level, low paying jobs, you're no longer needed. So it's important, imperative that you guys pick up some new skill sets. And I'm seeing it. There's a lot of industries that are going to be crushed by this. You will not have a career within the next 4 to 5 years. I think it all gets wiped out. And I mean career jobs too. There's a lot of product on the market right now, and I'll just go over it, right? So we got Wall Street Trapper, he's going into crypto, and I love it. Master Investor, EYL, they're going into, they have their crypto situation. These guys are stock guys first. Let me just be clear, guys. Stock guys are not crypto guys. Stock guys are not crypto guys. I am not a stock guy. I can do it, but I'm not a stock guy. I'm a crypto guy. Champ is a crypto guy. There's a difference between the two. These guys are stuck on the top 10, right? They don't go into the projects. They don't know mass adoption. They're not looking 20, 30 years out because they are stock guys. That's what they do. They're just offering a pairing to a new asset class. Not saying that they can't get to that point of being insiders, but they are not researching projects the way that we do here. That is the difference. 19 Keys he has a solid project, guys. The kid is smart. It's a lot to digest, but he's a crypto guy, and I say that to say there's a lot of information out there. I don't care who you get with, just get the information. Just get the information. It's, these are all positive brothers that are just looking to feed the community a wealth of their knowledge. And then discern, just figure out like who, no one owns the position yet for crypto. There's no one with the top spot. I can give you 10 guys on YouTube right now that talk all day and they have a great following. They break down projects. But even with those guys, it's not set up in a way for you to really learn. It's just the news. And at that point, you have to figure out what to do with the project. I have yet to meet any individual outside of Champ and myself that can break things down in easy to understand ways for common folk who have an issue understanding finances prior to crypto. because this is really what it is at the end of the day. Our group here is made up of, you know, not the wealthiest people in the world. Clearly, it's common folk who just want to be in good position to be able to grow with the future. We have yet to find a group or individual who, you know, and when I say dumb it down, I mean it with a high level of respect, because even when I read the white pages or I listen to an instruction, it's just like shit, you know, it's super technical. And it doesn't have to be that difficult, but no one has created the language for our culture, for this industry. And that's what Skype and Crypto University is. It's a language for our culture. And when I say our culture, meaning just common people, this isn't about race. It's just about, you know, for me, it's leveling the playing field and giving us all access to a ton of money, you know, that's out here to be made. But on top of it, guys, it's not about the money. It's about the information and how we use the information to better our position. So whether it's foreseeing what your job is going to do. And the other thing too is, when you know the information, guys, you guys are going to have so much information that you can be the person within your organization to come back with an idea and a value add. Every company, go look at all the hiring websites right now. They are looking for crypto analysts, like everything crypto, everything blockchain. You can get a job in this industry if you know a little bit, you know, and I've been asked to talk, but it was going to move me from, you know, what I want to do for people to you know, being in space of Fortune 500 companies, being paid well. But, you know, I opted out of that, you know, to stay here, because I know when this takes off, it's just going to be one of those things where it is the I told you moment, you know, only I'm not going to treat my people like that. It's just more like, listen, link in the bio, you know, higher entry points. I hope you did the right thing, you know, with your money. But I don't think you guys are going to be able to, and when I say you guys, meaning all of us, I don't think we're going to be able to afford these projects moving forward. I was in Bitcoin in 15. You know, I had an issue paying $200-300. I had an issue paying $100 for Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? Now you fast forward to now, and it's like, holy shit, I'm glad I went against, you know, my better judgment on some of these projects right here, because I'm an early adopter into it. So even looking at projects that you're getting into, Solana for 200, that could be a $10,000 blockchain easily. And mind you guys, you got to understand, there's guys coming up in the rear that are not only taking what Solana is doing in their ecosystem, but they're fixing all the issues that they have. So, you know, we're going to start presenting you guys with these new projects that are 0.00000, but they've solved ecosystem problems. And this is the great part about technology. Ethereum and Bitcoin so old in their coding that they're, you know, it's old now. And for them to be able to keep up, 2.0 is supposed to come out 2 years ago. We're still waiting on it right now. You know, they have to constantly keep doing these upgrades. So the newer projects are, in essence, where the money, you know, could be made if the current projects now aren't keeping up with the times. And you know, when mass adoption comes, you figure if Ethereum and Bitcoin can't handle these transactions in a good amount of time with less fees, I mean, literally hours to transfer tens of thousands of dollars, how are they going to fare when it's time to like transfer, you know, trillions of dollars? It's impossible. And this is where you start seeing HBAR at 26 cents. Guys, HBAR is going to be thousands of dollars. If you want to become a millionaire, take $100 right now and just put in on that play. And again, this ain't financial advice, but if I'm urging to you and I've made the calls, ask anybody. You can go back to my social media. I've made the calls on every single one of these plays, and Champ and I are putting something together to show you guys that if you would have did this a year ago, where it would be now. I don't want to have this conversation with you guys when you miss HBAR and you had the ability to have 10,000 of these, right? So let's just do the math. 10,000 divided by what are we at? 26 cents.
26, yeah.
26 cents. That's going to give me 38,000. So we'll just do $1,000. We'll do a $500 investment. So $500 gets you just under 2,000. 1,992 Yep. 1,900 and 1,923. $2,000 spot call. This could be in a year from now. We're talking about $3.8 million, guys, when H bar hits $2,000 on $500 today. And even if you don't have $500 today, just every time you get a little bit of money on futures,
Dollar cost average.
dollar cost averaging. It's 26 today, it might be 35, it might be 40, it might be 50, but just know that you're in on a project early. If there's just plays we just gave to you now, if you guys can't control at least 1,000 of these to become multi-millionaires, then you're just in the wrong group at this point right now. You're in the wrong group. So I've been in, you know, when guys ask me about Ethereum, I got $90 positions in Ethereum right now. You know, think about it. This isn't 23 cents. This was dollars. You know, I would have killed to be in Ethereum at a penny. And I was there in those projects. I was just focused on other things. So you guys have two guys that are focused on so much. And between us, we have so much information, and it's going to be a deadlier group when we start to bring in the new guys into the group. There's a whole stable of people that we've already connected with that are ready to unleash, you know, powerful information to you guys. I mean, guys who go really super deep. So, you know, Champ and I go wide. And we've gone deep in particular projects, which we're not going to mention. So we know where that project's going. But the guys we're going to bring in from the gaming sector, from the meta sector, you know, from the DeFi sector, like this is all these guys do. So you're going to have different individuals who we hold as true insiders into these sectors. You're going to have access to these guys. And even if you missed it, because you're part of the group, you'll be able to get the playback through it. So at some point, the YouTube channel is a YouTube channel, but then it's going to become private. And these things are going to be put into private channels that only you would have access to, and not anybody else who, you know, who's on the sideline. So I would say the freshman book, do not overlook it, guys. There's a ton of information in there. It's going to put it's going to give you a broad perspective on everything, but it's going to make sense when we start to hit you with the DAO, high yield staking, farming. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in the industry right now. We know guys that make hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars on passive income in crypto. And listen, I'm a real estate guy, and I'm getting back to my projects now, but you know, I'm looking at some of my holdings and I'm ready to like just sell, you know, at this point. Some projects, apartments and things that I have, just so I can be liquid in a particular market, you know, moving forward when mass adoption comes. You know, this is the wave right now, guys. I've seen land and metaverse for as low as 7,000. You're not touching anything under 30K right now. So collectively, you know, some of us may not have that sort of money, but Skyton Crypto University is going to be invested in setting up smart contracts so you can come in, you know, on investments under the university in different sectors that we're in. So you'll be involved in our NFT projects. You'll be involved in our meta projects, you know, from a investor standpoint. So the university in itself is a blockchain, you know, on its own. So when we encourage you guys to bring people in, it's really just power and numbers at the end of the day. So, you know, we do have a new wave of people that are going to be coming in every month. I had to just slow things down a little bit and get the organization in, but the company is not going to run. It's only because of our call in late October that had me kind of fast forward to just getting people implemented. And it you know, it did work to manage 60 people who have never done futures before. You know, I tip my hat to you guys. You guys did an amazing job just understanding it. And you know, I hear from some guys and they're still trading and I'm like, shit, you're not asking any questions, which is great. You know, it just kind of means, you know, our job, I would hope, was done correctly in providing you guys the information on how to do it. Now, the second part to the futures is really on the days that you don't trade, utilize the time to look at some of those coins, because, you know, I made some calls and the coins were as low as $20. They're up to 100 and something now. So these are all spot calls, guys. I'm not just picking things out of the air and not giving you solid projects. These are projects that have money constantly coming in and out of them. And what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing a lot of the mergers. So because I'm off of the digging in deep in a lot of projects, because I'm delivering content to you guys, I'm losing on other sides too. So now this is why we have to take the time out to say we can't really answer your questions on something that we didn't provide you, because we have to get back to where Champ and I are best served, and it's really just giving you, you know, that hidden gem that's gonna change your life. Today it may not make sense, but trust me, in 2023, 2022, when you start to see, it's a good feeling to be in a project like Mana at less than 10 cents to seeing it grow to $5. And we're talking about sustainable products, not the Dogecoin pump, not the meme coin pump, and not saying that those guys aren't going to be around for mass adoption. I'm just telling you that, yeah, we'll give you a few of these memes here and there, and we'll play with some house money. If it hits, it hits. But the portfolio that I've created, and I know Champ the same, and I can speak for him, these are $500 million portfolios that have been created. And today we're still watching everyone skip over the protocol. And when we say the protocol, meaning there are coins that are following a centralized way of doing business, and they're going to be part of the greater ecosystem. We're going to present that to you too. So to fast forward that one's a one-on-one with Champ and I, where we sit down and we give you the entire playbook, the entire kitchen. Right now, that play goes for $5,000 a piece. But like I said, it's a one-on-one that comes with a course book, and it tells you every single protocol that's going to be around for the future and gives you the backup to why we believe it. We don't even have to be right about all of them. We just have to be right on one. But we're right on all of them. And you'll see why. And everybody that we've given this to, and trust me, that price is going to go up. And the guys that we've already trained on the protocol are all in line to be super wealthy in the short term, guys. We're talking about a coin now that's easily 50K, like easily 50K under $1 right now.
Oh my goodness. And
we have about 6 or 7 of these. And then we'll show you how it moves through the protocol and how it's connected. And you can see it. It's already, the mass adoption is happening right now. It's just in the United States, it's not conversation because a lot of it's happening in world banks first. But you see Bank of America, Google Bank of America crypto, Google Wells Fargo crypto. Start Googling and getting the information. The other thing too is go to your Google. You can do like, there's a news section where you can put in certain keywords and get emails every time that keyword is mentioned anywhere online. You know, so start setting up your Google News to get, because a lot of guys ask for the information, but you gotta understand this is a broad market. Get the freshman ebook, look at the sectors, stick into sectors. If you want to touch a little bit in each sector, that's cool. You know, we can give you the top, the book gives you the top coins in each sector. Now, the coins could be flipped at any time. We look at not only the existing projects, but we look at new projects that are solving the problems of the existing projects. And I've seen coins and tokens flip each other because of that. So the guys out the gate first aren't really the leaders. They may look like the leaders now, but the leaders are in the rare, and they're not even in the top 50, some of them. The coin quantum financial system. Yeah, so listen, anything quantum computing, Web 3.0, that's another thing we're going to be hitting you guys with. This is the new wave. You know, in order for this stuff to come on to the current system now, they're going to have to shut down the current system to load the new system. So, you know, we have something coming out that's going to better explain, you know, Web 3.0 and quantum computing. You know, this is getting to a point where it's so much data, right, that's being processed. And guys, listen, just metaverse, when you start to kind of look up, I got a million ideas going on in my head with the way that this thing is going. I went to so when you look at crypto.com, it's bigger than just them putting a name on a building, like the implementation of what's going to happen within these arenas or just spaces. So I just give you a quick story this is just to get you guys to think at a higher level. So I'm sitting at the Sixers game the other day and I'm looking around. So crypto.com is everywhere. They advertise within the arena. They were on the jerseys that night. And as I'm walking around, I'm like, and this is what I do normally. I look at things and I see a business or something. I do this all the time, and I don't speak it out loud. It's just in my head. It's always it's constantly in motion. So when I'm in the arena, I'm like, holy shit. When augmented reality really comes to fruition, you have to understand too. So to understand me, you have to understand my past a little bit. I had a virtual tour company called Virtue Image. This is years ago. I want to say at least 10 years ago. We were doing 360 tours of hotels in Manhattan, and we had clients all over. So giving customers an inside look into a place without you having to physically be there. So I've been in the metaverse for decades already. So fast forward to now. So now that I look when I'm out, I look at mass adoption. How could certain projects that I see be implemented into where I'm sitting right now? So in the arena, just imagine. So Allen Iverson used to play for the Sixers. They can create a augmented reality image of Allen Iverson to be in a corner anywhere in the arena. He's not there in physical, but he's there in virtual, right? So he's signing autographs. First 100 people to go here. So we've seen it with the Pokemon craze, right? Everybody running out looking for the Pokemons to do whatever. So now when you're in these arenas, you can get digital autographs of the greats as NFTs. You see what I'm saying? So just think about it. Like, you keep taking this to another level. The halftime show that you see may be different from the halftime show that I see when I bring my glasses on. You know, the same thing for all these artworks. If I end up buying, let's say, a rare Basquiat, and I want to walk around with it on my shoulder, like literally the minute you put these glasses on, you'll start to immerse yourself in a whole different feel. So when you start going into retail stores, when they start to adopt augmented reality, you're not just looking at clothes. You might be presented, you know, they might have the, let's say J-Lo was a spokesperson for a pair of jeans that you were buying. She might be right there by the rack, right? Persuading you. Hey, thank you for stopping in today and looking at my jeans. And then you're having this conversation possibly with the individual. And what does that do for a retailer at that point? Or what does that do for the product? It takes it to a whole nother level. Because in essence, usually you have to, like, you're not going to see the commercial live. So I'm just telling you guys, there's this mass adoption is not just you putting these silly things on and living in a fake world. It's going to assist you in how you process or make decisions for buying on the fly, you know, and how influential would it be if somebody like J-Lo just spoke to you, you know, at a particular section while you're holding a jean that she's trying to sell, and the message is curated for you at that point. This is what's going to happen in the metaverse. You know, few ideas. I'm just telling you, the possibilities are endless. Same thing with cakes. So my daughter mentioned a cake yesterday, and again, my mind is just spinning. There's like a hologram that you can put over the cake. So now instead of doing like real cake designs, you can implement it to where you're gonna eat the cake anyway, but the image on top of the cake doesn't have to be from the bake shop. You can make it anything that you want through augmented reality. So now I was just thinking of the possibilities of that, throwing parties in your house and not having to hire a physical Batman or Superman character, right? Now it could be augmented coming into your space. So just understand the power of that. So now we could be in a position where we set up these businesses. It doesn't have to be, we don't have to be the consumer in this, right? If we start to see what the future is like, we set up the business behind what the future could be. So right now, if somebody is in the entertainment industry, or you're in the you know, you're a DJ, start thinking of ways that you can position your product to be in the metaverse, to offer it, you know, to the consumer as a mass product at the end of the day. Because if I'm a DJ, I could only physically DJ one party at a time. But if I'm a DJ and I'm augmented, then I could charge you and I could be in your house, you know, set up in a corner somewhere where everybody sees me as if I'm there. This is the type of shit that's happening, guys. And I mean, what I'm explaining to you guys is really low level shit. Just imagine the Fortune 500 companies and how they're ready to warp you and pull every dollar they can out of your pocket, because they're going to play off the raw emotions of what moves you as an individual at the end of the day. And that's what I don't want to see you guys fall to. I don't want to see you guys super products and zombie like walking around at the end of the day. Yeah, we're going to partake in this and have fun, but I'm going to have a shitload of products in this industry. And this is what this university is here for. It's to position everybody to not only make money in crypto, but to add something to the ecosystem and not just a place that you play. Like, we're going to create tremendous wealth in here for everyone that's part of it, but we need everyone to add something to the ecosystem in this new universe, you know, that's about to come. So I'm good. I only wanted to go a half hour. We went an hour and a half again. So I don't know how to figure this shit out, guys. Listen, we dropped everything in. Please do not hit us after and say, what was the coin that you dropped? That shit was in there. That was free game. We gave you H-bar. Everybody should have $3.8 million on 500. If you can't get $500, the next couple plays I'm going to give you guys in the futures is going to make you more than 500. If you put $100 up at the least, you'll have the money. Buy fucking H-bar. This is not financial advice. Do what you want, but this is going to be an I told you moment. We can go back to all of these videos. That's the good thing about the internet is proof and receipts. You can follow me from back then, and everything that I've said was spot on. And when Champ and I were just doing the last year, if you would have invested $100 situation, and we're looking at projects 14,000%, 100,000%, 8 million%. Like, these are the type of investment returns, guys. So at $100, when you're doing 14,000% investment, and that's why at the top of the year, we're going to bang you guys with a lot of these spot situations, because now when we go through end of the year and we do our final assessment, it's like, all right, remember all these projects we told you about? Let's see where we're at right now. And then I'll open my, and I hate opening my account up, and Champ is the same way. We're just really guarded with how much money we have. But in essence, with the group in a private setting, I don't mind opening up certain things to kind of show you guys. But these projects don't really take a whole lot of money. You figure if you do 10 projects, I didn't find a return in the last year under 14,000% in anything that I called.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I'm wondering, like, how the fuck I don't have more money, you know, especially on Shiba Inu, because I know I was in on the project early.
Yeah. So
yeah, stick close, guys. There's a lot coming. The other thing too is let me know. Yeah, Quanex. That's a good one. Let me know. Let me know what sectors and what things you guys want to see. So I know you guys are doing a lot of research. So just drop that in Telegram too for Champ and I to see. You know, just letting us know any projects that you've seen. You know, we don't mind interacting with that, but we can't. You can't ask me what time is crypto open or close. Can't do that. Like, you know, we're done with that. And you kind of see where my mind is right now. That's why I can't. I physically cannot answer some of your questions, even though in my heart of heart I want to be there for you guys. But ask each other those questions, because I think there's enough well-versed individuals within the group that would entertain something basic, and something I call basic. Again, it's not to down you guys. It's just to. If you want me to give you something at 26 cents right now that's worth 3.8 million, just know that you don't need me down there, you know, rummaging through bullshit that I call at the end of the day. You guys want one more pick? Should we give him one more pick?
Sure.
All right, let's give him two more. Champ, give him no protocol, Champ. Just give him one pick, and I'm gonna give him one of mine now.
Hold on. Matter of fact, that's crazy you said that. I want to give y'all something, something to look up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute my mic. I need to find it real quick.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys. And guys, listen, when you go into please set up an account in CoinMarketCap, right? It's free. There's a section called watch lists, right? So anytime you click on a particular coin, when you're on the page, and I'll show you. Let me know if you can see my screen. Anybody can yell out.
Yes.
Okay. You see this little star right here? This is considered a watch list. Anytime you get a project, start to set up your watch list is up here, right? So it'll give you a default watch list, and then I have different watch lists. I have crypto futures, September leads, metaverse, staking, right? So you can create watch lists for each industry. And then anytime there's something in a particular industry that we talk about, star it and add it to your watch list. So that way you you just have things in an organized fashion. So metaverse. This is my watch list for metaverse. So for me, these are all the top, and there's more. I still have a list I haven't imported in, but there's still, these are the industries for metaverse I see that are going to be future earners, right? If you can see like Rarible, this is a good project. Rari, R-A-R-I. It's down 36% over the last 7 days. Terra Virtua, TVK down 43%. And then you kind of see the guys that are up. Look, no matter what the news was, this Mobox company, Mbox, super hot, up 50% in 7 days. Guys, this isn't a joke at this point. Look at the market caps on these things, right? Super huge market caps. Anything over 100 million is something for you to look into. Again, part of the organization, getting to information quick. So when we give you, when you have the sectors, make sure your coin market cap matches your sector. So that way you can just start having watch lists on it and then start taking mental notes of certain things. So, and that's the good part about crypto is you can, if you look at Mana, we could even go back 3 months on Mana. If you guys knew us 3 months ago, I was giving this information out. Mana under 70 cents 3 months ago. This is just in September, guys, and look at it now. It peaked at $5.90 is the peak. And it's down 37, almost 38% from there. Do you think this has the ability to get back to $5.90 today? Of course. You know what I'm saying? So even if you put an investment behind this right here, and this coin right here, the way that Decentraland is going, and they have a concert they're setting up too, please, before you invest in the metaverse, make sure you sign up for the metaverse too. Look around, see what they're offering. See where the expansion is going. So I think they have a concert series they're doing in Mana. So that's big. That's going to be the first metaverse concert. And all this is going to be tied around like real individuals, Rock Nation, Jay-Z Beyond, like everybody is going to be in a metaverse giving a performance at some point. So think about it. If today you found out that Live Nation, one of the biggest entertainment companies around, that it's the reason why all your favorite artists are able to come to a particular city. Imagine when they get into this space right here and they're able to deliver virtual concerts with all the same individuals that you have right now. What do you think the value of Decentraland or everybody else would be at that point? And you have to understand, this isn't like, the guy that owns any arena, any particular city or state doesn't have the exclusive rights to all the concerts. They're going to go to every state, so everybody eats. So the same thing, just look at Decentraland as the Staples Center of the virtual world. So not only would Jay-Z and Beyonce do a concert in Decentraland, but they're going to go over to Sand. Then they're going to do their next concert, wherever. I keep fucking around, guys. I'm not about to get hot right now, but I'm telling you, you guys are overlooking how big this market really is. And just think about where you guys came from. I know some of you intimately and personally. It was a challenge getting you guys here. Steve, I just don't understand it. I just can't wrap my head around this. And now look, in less than 30 days, you were given some information. You see, you have a better understanding of it. The next 30 to 60 to 90 days is going to be so pivotal, so pivotal. If everybody in 2022 is not a millionaire, I'm just talking about a mill in crypto, fucking with Skyton Crypto University, then I failed you. And when I say millionaire, meaning, listen, you have to be able to put up at least $5,000 to diversify between all of these. But just on these spot calls alone, in the next couple of years, when mass adoption comes, because you got to think we're only at, we're at $2.2 trillion right now, guys. This is easily, whatever comes after a trillion. Just think about it. When this market cap starts to hit $200 trillion, you could 1,000x a lot of these projects right here. 1,000x them.
Listen, this is why I keep telling y'all over and over. I even wrote it in the chat, so it was documented. I need you guys to please catch these gems. We're telling you guys now to properly position yourself, because this is how multi-millions are made. This is the only way you're going to make this money. The market, you find great solid projects. They've already went up, and that's across the board, because you're already looking at coins that's in the top 10, top 50, top 20, whatever. But you're investing in solid projects that have profitability and sustainability, and you're getting them on a discount. So this is why we keep telling you guys to do the research. When people say do the research, sometimes that's not genuine. We're genuinely telling you guys from a personal aspect, not even just us being, where we are in the space. We're telling you guys person to person, listen, genuinely, take the time, cut the TV off, stop whatever you're doing, devote the time and do the research. When you do the research, you're enlightened. Now you're in abreast of a ton of information. And then now you'll know, okay, boom, this affects this. This is going to go up because of this. And this is how you literally train your brain to begin to think. I'm telling you guys now, properly position yourself, but you have to do the research first. This is how you find the gems. And I got something crazy for y'all. So I'm going to tell y'all, and it's metaverse related. And this is a project that's not out yet. So I'm telling you guys now, this is something super early. You're getting in super early.
You went there with it?
Yeah, I'm going here with it. Listen, this project hasn't even released yet. And I want you guys to do your research. I'm actually typing in here. And I'm doing this because I genuinely rock with y'all. Like, I get excited finding these type of gems for y'all. So the project is called Arcade Network, and it's associated with the metaverse. It's on CoinMarketCap right now, but there's not a lot of information on it because, again, it's not out. So the data isn't tracked. So, they need to go through when any project first comes out. It's kind of like a vetting process that they must undergo before they get listed on CoinMarketCap. You got to have a certain amount of sales and all that good stuff. So you'll be able to find this information, but you're going to have to dig. I'm challenging everybody in here to dig. But the name of the project is called Arcade Network. The ticker is ARC. And what this project is, this is a metaverse project, and they have giant partnerships with Polygon and Chainlink and a bunch of venture capitalists. And what this project does is it allows interoperability of assets, in-game assets, or NFTs between metaverses. And I need you guys to understand how massive that is, to be able to play a game. Like, I'm not a gamer, right? But my son, he's 13. So he's 11 going on 13, because he's a smart ass. But I say all that to say, when you're playing a game, let's say Call of Duty, right? And you have something like a weapon or something that you have in Call of Duty, or something that you've worked hard for, you paid for, whatever the case is. This is yours, but it's only used in that one particular game. Arcade Network has what's called a ARC relayer bridge, which allows you to transfer in-game assets from one game to another. But they're doing this on an even larger scale, and they're allowing you to do this between metaverses. So imagine if they get into, like Steve was saying, they already do NFTs, but let's say if they did something with concerts, you're able to bridge this same action across multiple metaverses. Let's talk in terms of promoting anything like a billboard. Now you can put that same billboard in multiple metaverses. This is huge, and this potential for this right here, it's mind blowing. So I'm like mind blown right now, and this is one of the reasons why I haven't slept. I've literally been up since yesterday morning. This is how hard I go for y'all, and it's not even just for y'all, myself included. Like, I want us all to win. So when I find these projects, please don't let them fall on deaf ears. Steve, same thing. You guys make sure you write this stuff down and revisit it. I mean, you're not in a rush. The information is the information. It's going to be there. But I want you guys to get in. And when you can get in early, the earlier the better. So make sure you do your due diligence, but it's called Arcade Network.
Hey, listen, guys, this shit just got dropped on me. That's crazy.
Interoperability, that's my thing. You know what I mean? And that's protocol. So you already know how I feel.
And listen, guys, be careful because there's other ARCs. So when we call out particular projects, the name and the symbol is important because you'll see other ARCs. You don't want to get into the wrong one. All right, I'm about to drop something on y'all right now. And I've said this before. I just didn't go into detail, but I'm hoping you guys listened the first time I dropped it. Actually, I might have dropped it twice on you. Hold on. I'm just putting the I'm putting the arc in my my metaverse. So this is the good thing when you go right to CoinMarketCap. See, I write right to my watch list, and I'm able to add it right to my coins now. So in Metaverse, this is Metaverse project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in Metaverse, I now added Arcade Network. And then when I go into actually doing research, then I move it over into like what I have in my holdings once I own it. All right, so guys, here we go. And I'm giving backup too on this one. Audius, I told you guys about this shit months ago. I called this out. Audius is in the potential to be the Spotify sound. So if you merge Spotify and SoundCloud together, you get what Audius is today. Audius and entertainment and music, the way that music is going to be done on the blockchain is going to eliminate every gatekeeper you could imagine, every A&R, every label that turns people away. That shit is dead. These guys know it. Audius is, again, SoundCloud and Spotify mixed together. Now look, this is all proof, and I'm gonna drop it in here too. And usually I tell you to do your due diligence. They just launched a Twitter. They just launched a partnership with Twitter. So now there's an embedded tool in Twitter and Discord for Audius. They'll be able to share immediately. Guys, it's $1.77. This is a $10,000 situation. Easy. I'm talking about when you think of music entertainment and how big the space is, go look at it. Google how much money is in the space and understand that if this company even takes 10% of it, right? And they're already at over $1 billion market cap. That's the one thing. That's the NF. This is the NF it embedded. So just to go back, when you, and please open an account on this too and follow some of the artists. When you go to Audius, not only would the artists be able to post their music and videos, but then their NFTs are, they have the ability to automatically put their NFTs in there. Understand how big this is. You don't even need to be a coder. They have made it easy for you to deliver NFTs, music, and everything else that's associated with your brand directly on this platform right here. Game changer, guys.
You could buy it right on KuCoin.
Man,
Tether is a pair, so you guys got no excuse. $1.77. I'm actually buying now because he just laid that on me. So
you just got that, yeah. So
yeah.
So listen, here's another one. This is August 17th. They landed a deal with TikTok. Every artist on Audius is already on TikTok now. Easy integration. Guys, this is big. And here's the biggest. Katy Perry, Nas, Jason Derulo. There's other artists too. They invested, seed investment, 5 million. They're up to 150. If I give you the names on the next investment round, it hasn't dropped yet. But if I tell you the names on the other one, you would understand this shit is about to go crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy, guys. So if you know Nas and these guys already, Katy Perry don't play with her investment team also. These guys are, this is the series. This is the first round of investments right here. Guys, it's coming. It is coming. I gave you a gem. This platform, and I'm on it. I'm on the platform. I urge to a lot of my guys. So that's another thing with the Crypto University is anybody who's an artist who has the ability to create music or anything, the university is going to have something for you in here. So we're going to start introducing, musicians to Audius, showing you how to manage the process on there. So that's going to be another situation. But even if you're not in music and you're just a music lover, when I tell you that Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, whatever your streaming platform is right now, it's going to change. these guys, and the difference between Audius and everybody else is it's going to be community owned and ran and operated, guys, meaning you benefit off of this. This isn't about shareholders at the end of the day, right? This is about artists taking back control of their music, direct to consumer being able to invest in artist projects. If you watch, Republic Records is a record company, and they're not bad guys, but they're a little bit behind in the curve, and not in a terrible way, but they do give good solid deals out to some of our favorite artists right now. So what Republic has done is they've launched in all these in this Def Jam, everybody's going to be doing this now. You're going to start to see, you have the ability to invest, let's say, in Nas's next album, whether it be the single or the album, meaning you can put up money to then get a return. That shit is bullshit, guys. They're only trying to try something new to get fans engaged and staying within that platform. But the minute every artist, and you're noticing every artist, when their deals are up at major labels, they're out. Everybody is independent for the most part, major guys. And when I say independent, meaning a partnership is one thing, but I mean being fully independent and still having partnerships, because you still need the partnerships. But what Audius is going to do is it's going to cut out a lot of dead weight, a lot of dead space. And then when Audius starts to connect with Decentraland, and you see that merge come, now it's that artist series. They're able to merge straight across. I'm telling you guys, I know firsthand of artists that are shooting augmented reality. They're making digital enhancements. We saw it with Tupac Shakur when they bought him out for that concert live. You are going to start to see the late greats back. And we're just telling you not to invest, but we're telling you that this is the wave. Jay, you know it already. So if you know a lot of artists, we're going to be able to fast forward your learning curve in this industry, where you can now, as an individual through the university, be able to sell your services to other people. This is what I'm here for, guys. I'm tired of being the smartest guy in the room. I'm tired of it. I want you guys to blow past me, when it comes down to what I'm teaching you. Take it for what it is. I'm not going to go as far into every single project, but I could tell you that I'm giving you Audius right now. You see the names that are back behind this. I mean, Pusha T. If I tell you the second round of investors that came in, you'll really be a firm believer, but I'm going to wait till the company, makes that announcement. Same thing with HBAR. I know investment groups that are part of HBAR. They're giving me information, guys. So again, if I'm not ready to talk at a particular level with a lot of you, do not take it personal. Just know that, listen, Steve is out here and Champ's out here communicating with, politicians, to get the early information on mass adoption. And this is what we're doing. So in 2022, our show is going to be on the road. We're getting back out into conferences, that everything that governs crypto. And we're going to get into rooms with a lot of the decision makers to see where things are at. So once we get the information in real time, we're able to bring it back to you guys, because they're not going to put that information out there. Anything that's in the news is old news. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's in the news, you've already kind of missed the wave. But Audius right now, I am telling you guys, at $50 a month, just on this call alone, you guys have a lifetime of membership. No matter what we bring the price to, with what we just gave you today, you can take 100 of your closest friends and family, and you could afford to buy them lifetime memberships into the university. Because every single play that we gave you guys is going to be a play. And this Audius situation, and I'm going back to my guys in the music industry, and they're hard to really deal with and adopt. But I think everybody's kind of understands that this blockchain is a way for you to break away from, the powers to be at this point. And the names that I'm seeing involved with a lot of these, and think about it: Twitter, Discord, TikTok, Nas, Katy Perry. You have all the it's the perfect ingredient for the perfect storm. At $1.77, 76 cents. This is an amazing product, guys. But do not invest in this without downloading and becoming a user. There's no charge. Just look at it. What I don't like about the system is, clearly when you look at Spotify or whatever your streaming services, you'll see a huge difference in just the technology and the imaging. But they're going to get that. It's just like when the internet first started, there were things that were just a little old in design. And I think that's the only thing that's holding blockchain back. But when you start to invest in companies like Render, you know, who are handling the GPUs for the designers, like those are solid companies that aren't going to go around. And you guys got to thank Champ on that one. He's giving you some shit that I didn't even hear about.
Yo, it's a crazy, not to interject, yo, it's a crazy partnership they just did with Chainlink too. Chainlink is an incredible project. So we get spots on it all the time. And that's thanks to Steve, because he makes that call to give you that. But even on the spot side, that's a great project to have. Chainlink, it had a crazy run up about 2 years ago, and it's kind of been just kind of floating, trading sideways, and a couple spikes here and there. But that partnership is insane. What Chainlink offers is it's an oracle. It's a product solution that offers real time price updates across all platforms, and people need this data in order to strategically make investments. You don't want to invest in something that's $5 over here, then it's $4.90 over here, or $3 here. It's just a bad play for anybody who's trying to get in. But with that partnership, insanity. So make sure you guys are investing, man. And this is why we tell you to do your own research, because the same way I literally spend hours and Steve spends hours digging and navigating through a ton of information, it can be so overwhelming. But when you really sit down and lock in certain projects, the deeper you get, the more information just kind of flows through you, and you'll be able to discern what's accurate and what's not. But man, these gems he's giving you guys are insane, man. Please, 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 please. I'm so excited, man. I can't say it enough. Y'all, please take heed to these gems, man, and do your research. Before you put your money in, just do the research.
Listen, I got one more gem for you. I just gotta find my phone. Hold on. Champ, just call my cell phone real quick.
I got you. And Stephanie, I just read your message in the chat. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate that on behalf of both of us. That means a lot to us. I appreciate all y'all being on here, rocking with us. We on for 2 hours, and y'all been attentive and engaged. So that's super dope. Greatly appreciate y'all.
All right, I'm giving you one more, and then I'm seriously done. One more. All right. All right, it's the last one, guys. Okay, so I have you can see the screen. Unstoppable domain. I purchased a ton of domains, guys, and these things are flipping left and right. If you guys, and you might have heard me talk about this on one of the talks that I did before. During the .com era, there were people that just bought domains. Tesla paid $14 million for Tesla.com. There's a ton of them, and you can research them. So if history repeats itself, then we should be poised for a .crypto. Unstoppable domain. I'll send everybody a link on this. Don't sign up just yet. Just go through the link that I sent. Real estate loan .crypto. Self storages .crypto. Rappers NFT .crypto. Our culture .crypto. I have got some shit covered. At the end of the day, I went into healthcare. Whatever. Right? I've seen guys flip these .cryptos in a short amount of time. I followed one project. He got a .crypto. He bought it for $40. He sold it for 58,000 the other day. 58,000. Listen, if all goes right, Mexican resorts .crypto. I went to shit that fucking, I went deep. Hip hop culture.crypto, memes NFT.crypto, black porn stars, African American art NFT.crypto. I'm still going. I still have things in my cart, guys. I am looking at every industry and creating a DAO around domains. I'm going to give you guys the ability to invest as a group. This is one of the projects we're going to be launching. Again, it's kind of early, but I didn't want to leave you guys without it. I'll send you the Unstoppable Domain link for you guys to just go ahead and set up your profile. Flipping domains.
Digital real estate.
Come on, guys. Like, it's not just, it's you know, there's other aspects to what you can do in this industry, and we are loaded. Like, we can sit here for, Champ and I could probably stay on here for probably a year giving you the information that we have with all of these industries that tie to certain things. So think about it. If you buy a .crypto today, and the great part about the .crypto is when I bought these, this was before they did a deal with the Polygon network just came in. It was all Ethereum. I literally was going to have to pay hundreds of dollars in gas fees for each one of these. So it was going to cost me more to mint it. Luckily, I didn't mint them. I kept them. So I still have ownership of them. They're just not fully minted yet. Now Polygon just came in free. There's no gas fees. So now I own everything free and clear. And I'm going to show you guys, I mean, we're as a university is going to show you guys how to get into the domain space at the end of the day. And even if it's just your personal domain, just take control of your business now. So if you have a company website, get a .crypto domain for it. If you have an idea and it's available, I mean, these crypto things were going for, like, when they first launched these, they were going for, and I mean, this tens of thousands of dollars. You know, when you think of crypto.com and the amount of money they paid just for that, you know, 888.nft. Let me just so you guys think I'm joking. Look at these prices, guys. Now they have these .x's, NYC.x, 150, 777.x, buy.x. So now there's a new, you know, we have a .x, we have a .coin, we have a .crypto. NYC.crypto, 100K, NYC.coin, 100K. Come on, guys. Did everybody see the what I dropped the other day with that metaverse for the live situation, the live map?
Mm-hmm.
You still have that link, Champ?
Let me see if I can find it. Was it the next Earth?
So hold on. So here we go, guys. You see these prices? So again, position. I'm not saying to invest this much in these, but there are some other ones that people aren't, you know, that people aren't thinking about. If they're opening up at this price, just know there is value in these. Here's another one, guys. I don't know where this one goes. Shit, I'm giving you guys a lot. So this is a metaverse where you can buy land, but it plays off of actual real property. So it created the app is called Next Earth. That's the project. So you could listen, if this thing takes off, you know, great. if it doesn't, just throw out something to me, guys. Something that could be important. A location.
Burj Khalifa.
DC.
Is that Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
All right, so the National Gallery of Art, let's just call it that. So it's dealing with existing satellite. It's identical to what's happening now, right? All right, so the U.S. Capitol building. Right now, you could buy the U.S. Capitol building, and it's priced per tile. So if you wanted to get all of it, each tile that covers the U.S. Capitol building, you'll pay $1.3 million right now for it. So one tile costs $6,651, each one of these blue, but to cover each one, to get all the grounds, you would own that. The Nationals Park, this is the baseball park. Guys, look at this right now. The baseball park's only going for $160 total, 43 cents per. I dropped a bomb on y'all because this was gonna be a fee to teach you this. But I'm just telling you that if this thing could be adopted, and right now there's a lot of users and there's people buying it, and you hold just a few key pieces, right? We're not talking about buying your house. We're talking about really thinking about, the Eiffel Tower in Paris and, the Champs-Elysees, like really going deep.
Mm-hmm.
So $160 to own the Washington Nationals. Don't you think there's another Washington National fan that would want to buy this from you for $1 million? I gave you guys about $20 million a game today. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't even supposed to go this deep like this. Not that we were hiding the information, it was a half hour. Guys, next Earth, guys, who knows, but I can tell you that the same way I looked at Decentraland before it took off is the same way I'm looking at this individual shit here, where it's just like, holy shit, are you kidding me? The digital real estate to the National Washington baseball team right now. What would the team pay you for this? I poured into y'all today, man. All right, you guys enjoy this Sunday. I'm done. Champ, you got anything else? He gave him everything you had?
Nah, of course not. It's always rounds in the chamber. But yeah, we done. We can wrap up.
Okay.
I just need to kick it with you offline. It's something we got to get into because I want to present this to the group as in the next package that we do. So this is super important. I was up all night doing this.
So guys, listen, I'm working on a DAO now for smart contract. These are the type of things we're going to look for to invest in. So we don't need $1 million but we can buy the White House for $1 million collectively together. So this is what I envision, where we lock in product, at the end of the day, where we could turn small investments. I mean, we're a smart group of individuals. Just imagine if this thing was mass adopted, what we're looking at as far as wealth here. No one is looking. You're not going to find another team, another crypto group of individuals that can give you this as a collective. Mind you, there's smart guys deep diving into particular sectors. But if you're telling me today, who doesn't have $160 to just take a chance on this shit and lock it away somewhere? Jay, I want to hear from you, man. Jay has an amazing spirit, man. He's just, his voice, everything is just there we go.
Man, I'm letting all this marinate in my spirit, man. It's a blessing to be here, man. I got my family on, man. You have definitely been a blessing, you and Champ. God using you guys to, open open our minds. And I just have thoughts of that Zoom call where we were on for like 5 hours and you know, this is on the same type of energy, and you know, we all have our notepads and everything. But I'm excited, man. I'm a little, you know, it's a lot to take in right now. But whoever isn't on, I know there's some people who seem to be, you know, guests, not a part of the VIP, but after hearing this, I mean, you best go click that link. But yeah, I really appreciate y'all, man. This is it's crazy to think that this is just the beginning. And I always say, you know, this is truly a once in a lifetime opportunity, but it means nothing if we don't take advantage of it in the lifetime of the opportunity. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna make sure that my family and I aren't gonna be one of the ones that don't. So appreciate y'all.
Oh, man,
You're already,
thank you so
man.
much. Madison Square Garden, guys, 27,000 to own everything around 34th Street. Macy's Herald Square. I mean, this is what we're coming for right now. So when we create our DAO for the university, like I said, collectively, if you go out on your own, great, but powers in numbers at the end of the day. So collectively, what can we do? Right. And I'm taking it a step further, because for me, it's not a matter of being involved in these projects. It's all right, well, the next step is we're going to start these projects. You know, it's still a blank canvas. So any ideas that you guys have, as far-fetched as it is, bring it back to the group. Champ and I can make sense of it to figure out how we can tokenize it, or you know, what direction we can go into to bring it to fruition to help you out. So this is the type of stuff I want to be presented with, not basic stuff. You can see where I'm going with this. This is high level right now. So when we introduce you guys to a package, I mean, literally just on my domains alone, you know, I could be sitting on $500 million in domains. The way that I see these NFT, I mean, kids are creating NFTs in like Notepad, and they're selling for millions of dollars. So January 2022, Champ and I are not holding back anymore. We're releasing all these projects. Anything that you could think in your mind, just think about it. If you always wanted to open an advertising agency and you wanted to own billboards, we could position you to own billboards in a fake universe where there's hundreds of thousands of people signing up every single day to set this up. Jay, you have that amazing barber that you always big up and stuff like that, putting him in a position to give those haircuts, right? To you know, teaching guys how to how to add to the metaverse, right? Because when you go inside of the marketplaces and try to build somebody that looks like you won't find it.
You won't find it. Yeah.
There's no shape ups in there. Like there's no temp fades. So again, having the information, becoming an insider to say, you know what, let me be the guy to sit inside of a sector to consult. And we all have the ability to be beacons and deliver messages to our vessels, to deliver messages to people, and make a shitload of money doing it. A shitload of money. And if this is for the people, then there's no point in waiting for mass adoption to come for the same corporations to just lock us all out of it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to lock us all out of it. You're going to be buying a small piece of something that was 50K, that was 26 cents. You're going to be kicking yourself. And when I tell you, then every bit of situation, when that happens, log off this university. Log off of it, because you're going to hate every single minute of everything. You know, when you realize, holy shit, this is what they talked about. Stop selling these spot play guys. You guys are selling these plays for like cents on the dollar. Don't do that. You know, I'm getting guys hitting me like, oh, I bought this and I made 100%. That's a long-term hold. If I can tell you that coin is going to be $10,000 in 8 months to a year, would you have sold it? Now sell and get your house money back, protect the asset, and just let the rest ride out. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want the exposure of having too much investment out. And this is what we're here to teach you guys, you know, how to work with these spot calls. Since October, every single spot call that we have given to you guys, and it wasn't included in any fee, has made you guys tremendous amounts of money, no matter how much you put in. Now just think about, and I know what everybody's saying, because they tell me behind the scenes, they're like, damn, Steve, I wish I would have put more money in. You guys have it, you're just not trusting it. You have to start looking into these projects and aligning yourself with them. Find an industry of, figure out what you spend in the house now, bring it back. Hey, Steve, listen, I love this particular industry right here. Where do you think this is going to go? And I have no problem putting you in position to find out where that information is. And if I could put 1 or 2 coins that wrap around it, then I'll put 1 or 2 coins that wrap around it and let that be your thing that you carry. So we'll have a directory too, where I want to kind of know what industries you guys are in right now, you know, what you do for a living, what side businesses you have. You guys all took like Herman's course with business credit. I'm talking to him now. I'm like, Herm, this shit is dead. The way people raise capital, the credit, you know, the way the credit bureaus are going to be doing credit, like there is none of that. I could pull out hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans today before we get off the phone. I could have money in my bank account without the use of my social security number. So you guys are doing what now with your credit? That shit old, man. That shit is old. Selling credit services and things like that. And there's nothing to take away from you guys with selling business services that's not wrapped around understanding how it's going to work in the blockchain. You're just going to find yourself expired. You're going to be buying my course later for $10,000 to understand it. Whereas you can get into ground level and start using your brain work and your brain power to put your plan in place now. So you could be a guy that has something to offer on the blockchain. Guys, the money in here is insane. People are billionaires, you know, 10 times over in this industry right now. I know 100 gaming kids in a community right now that I'm connected to, and every single one of these kids have at least $3 million in tokens that they can cash out right now. Cash. So we're investing in Man and Land. They're actually playing, I mean, in Decentraland, they're actually playing in these and getting incentivized through tokens that we have to put our money behind to pay. So this ecosystem needs all of us. It needs us to invest. It needs them to play. And mind you, if I can tell you that these projects aren't even about games, would you guys believe me? And if I drop that on you, then it just be crazy at that point, because we would never get off. These projects are not about games, guys. And that information is coming really soon. In 2022, we are unloading. You're going to start to connect the pieces to crypto and the blockchain like you've never believed before. I can guarantee you that most of you are probably going to leave your employment or your jobs now, or even the companies you own. You're either going to leave those companies or you're going to institute something related to crypto or the blockchain before the year's out in 2023. The one thing I ask you guys is, do not panic when these fuckers start to pull the plug on stuff. It's not going away. It's really to get you to go away. And the minute you wake up in the morning, you're going to be sick. You're going to see a market cap is going to say 200 trillion, and everything you sold where you were down 30% is going to be up, 9 million%.
Tell you, these shakeouts is real, y'all. I'm laughing about it because it's funny. We both been here, but I'm not sure about everybody. But when that last bull run happened, I'm talking about lives were changed. Like, I could tell y'all some stories, have y'all here for hours. It was so much money being made, but so many people missed out because of this exact reason. They call it shakeouts for a reason. People get nervous. They play on your emotion. Something that happened in the market dips, everybody sells off. Before you know it, I mean, literally blink of an eye, 300%, 500%, 1,000%, 10,000%. And you're seeing this on a chart. So if you're looking at a chart and you're literally looking at it, it's doing this. And the candle wicks continue to go and you'll be sick. Please, guys, steady your emotions. Make sure you steady your emotions. That's like one of the key things to take away from that. Steady your emotions. Do not be an emotional investor. You have to untie your emotions with your finances. I've watched guys that's multi-billionaires. This is a common theme across the board. You cannot have your emotions tied in with your money. If you do, and you keep it that way, and you don't make that adjustment and that pivot, you're going to fall to it every time. Every time.
551 Madison Avenue, guys. This is right around, even if you wanted to kind of get the Gucci store and all your favorite, retailers, guys, they're going for like $100. You can buy all of Fifth Avenue in Manhattan right now for little to nothing.
Yeah, the Modern Art Museum is over there. I want to buy that.
Yeah, so when it gets into Manhattan, you're gonna have to buy blocks. So you can probably get the MoMA and most parts of Fifth Avenue for under $300.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, we snatching that today.
I mean, we don't release the cat out the bag. There's 18 people on here that might grab something. But guys, the thing, Do your thing. Central Park, they blocked out. So they blocked out certain things. But Central Park,
that was by design.
yeah, some of the shit they holding though. I went deep and I'm like, I got a couple of these already.
I'm on the road right now, Steve. I don't know. I know they said don't drink and drive, but they ain't say nothing about don't buy and drive.
Oh shit! What you looking to buy, man? Listen,
Hey,
I'm gonna give Father Drew the first metaverse church for sure. At least black owned at this point that I know about.
Hey, listen.
And I got a little bit more information for you too. So I think within the next 2 weeks before holiday, I want to build with you.
Yeah. I gotta have a conference call with you, champ, and a friend of mine.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey guys, listen, just dig on to this next Earth situation and just see if it's a thing. Like I said, if it's nothing, then it's nothing. But it's looking pretty solid right now. Yeah, I think we rocked the crowd a little bit. I didn't really mean to give y'all all of this shit. This was really
Hey, Steve, it's John Smith here.
Oh shit.
What's going on, team? What's up, champ? What's up, Father Drew? What's up, Jacquay? Blessings to all y'all.
What's going on?
I came in late, right? But based on the silence of my past experience of what these groups have, what happens in these groups, I'm already knowing it was gems drop. And I just want to say, I ain't never been in front of nothing in my whole life. It seemed like I always been playing catch up. As Steve mentioned, something, like if you believe something, and I wrote in the chat, I believe everything come out your mouth, right? I do. I highly regard you all. I believe in everything that come out your mouth, not only because you're educated and you've been in it, but the passion and the vigor that you all live with, Champ and Steve, right? And to Steve, it blows my mind. It trips me out. Denise Rodriguez and I talk all the time. It blows my mind that you're not a powerhouse presence on social media. And I know that's intentional. I know that's on purpose, right? But that gives even more credibility to what you stand for and what you're about. So for me to speak on never having been in front of nothing, this feels like a legacy gift, and you speak to legacy. You speak to so much more than just money. Who in the world is going to teach you how to be a man in the household to lead for generations? You say right now your kids ain't never got to worry about wanting for nothing else. What? Right? And so when you speak about stuff like this or investments, I have a what's that called? I have to admit something. So I am terrible at research, right? When you drop something in the chat, I look it up immediately. So you're creating a new habit in me. Shout out to y'all and to anybody that drops good knowledge in the chat. But this is what I want to say. I have put, I think it was like it's $600, and I got the chart to track them. $600 that I didn't have into spots, and this is the guilty admission. I don't even look at them. I can't. I refuse to, because and not to say I don't track them. No, that I do. But in terms of looking at them with intent to do something with them, because in that first meeting, you said y'all don't even understand. And in my profession, when I tell somebody they don't understand, I mean it. You don't even get it. And so, like, where I'm from and where I'm at now, what I've learned is a lot of people just don't know. Right. So people can't do better because they just don't know better. And you're speaking 17 levels ahead of that. So it's obvious. I just don't know. Right. I'm trying to learn. So wherever you send me, I'm following it, and I'm following heavy with all I can, with all I am, and trying to bring the room with me. Trying to bring the room I'm in with me, straight up. So I appreciate y'all. That's just a slight word.
I appreciate you, man. It's definitely a pleasure having you in the group too. Thank you so much for that. Dubai Creek Tower, this is under construction. It's going to be the tallest building in the world. I'm just saying only, but it's going for 16,000 right now. And then every other asset in Dubai also is pretty much, for sale. The blue spot, the rare blue spot, that's only $556.
Do me a favor. I frequently, that's my territory over there.
Yeah.
Look up Burj Al Arab, BURJ
Mhm.
ALARAB. It's a 7-star hotel. It's in the middle of the water. It's shaped like a sailboat.
Yeah.
I want to know. I stayed there for 2 nights one time. I think it was like 2017. I think it was 17 and 18. It was 25 grand a night, but it's worth it, man. The amount of money that walks through that establishment is insanity. Like, it's crazy over there. Like,
So just the rooftop is going for $10.40 right now.
oh no, I need it.
$27. I mean, so for under $100, you could probably lock up the entire spot.
And the same for the Burj Khalifa.
Yep. You can go right next door. $27.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. So what I'm calling out right
I think
now,
by the time you finish everything, you could probably be under 5 to control this whole space here.
I need it all. So just to give y'all, before we let y'all go, we don't want to over talk it, but just to give y'all some insight, these places I'm calling out, these are like the markers. You know how, like, in New York, we got the Empire State Building, we had the Statue of Liberty, we had the Twin Towers before, 9/11. So these are like big instrumental places and locations in this demographic. So I used to work overseas. I was a defense contractor. So I was always in Dubai. And I was in Dubai when it was just all sand.